My presentation is going to be about assistance progression in the United States. My name is Miguel de Dios, and this is for History 120. So the article I have chosen is called Your Money, a Hub for Help During the Coronavirus Crisis. And it's going to be by Braun Leiber and Tara Seigel Bernard, published by the New York Times on July 29th, 2021. So this article is fairly recent. So the significance of this article shows how COVID-19 has affected, every person and families in the world. This pandemic has also affected, the economy of the United States in a negative, way. An example is like back in March of 2020 when COVID-19 started being more popular, stocks plummeted to at least 50 to 70% of that original stock price. But what has USA, the United States of America, done to help their people in need? Well, they have provided much assistance for individuals who lost their jobs and homes. And this assistance goes beyond what was, originally projected back in March. Assistance programs provided by the government include unemployment insurance. Many families that lost their jobs, were able to get unemployment. And this assistance really helped. I believe, it gave an additional $600 a week on top of your regular unemployment funding. There was paid sick leave and family leave, which was, I believe 2 weeks of emergency COVID that, your employer didn't pay for. It was from the government. There was more assistance like, the food assistance. Many people who had food stamps got additional funding, throughout the month. There was mortgage relief, rent relief, and health insurance. So how does this article relate to history itself? So throughout the history of the United States, many of our people have sacrificed so much to create the country that we live in today. There has been many times in past history where we have struggled, to provide that economic, medical, mental, and financial, assistance that could have been used drastically by someone in need. People who were in that life or death situation. This article showcases how far we have progressed, to help the people of this country. To be able to provide these emergency benefits to everyone, in the country is definitely a huge accomplishment, where many people have benefited from. If you look back to history when, there was wars, of course, the effects of that is that people were going to need, that medical. And unfortunately, back then, we were not able, to provide a lot of it, as what we could do now, of course. That medical progression has increased. I want to go back to what we read in the book. I believe this was chapter 9 about that financial debt in 1700s, around 1800s. Throughout history, we keep creating, rebuilding the United States, and that came at a cost. It was, very pricey. Often, risking the economy when we go out to wars, when we do battles. Back then, Hamilton created a financial program that helped rescue the United States from a near bankruptcy in the late 1780s. And comparing that to today, that wasn't that much. So let's go ahead and compare and contrast that current to past assistance. There was definitely similarities, like the basic foundation of what assistance programs are created to do, which is to aid individuals in need of necessities, whether it be shelter, medical, financial. It saves a lot of people, whether it be financially and medically. Differences between current and past assistances. Well, today's assistance, as we've seen with the article, has greatly improved, vastly improved, giving people a variety of of help in terms of, what they need. USA today has grown to be a strong developed nation, that is able to provide this assistance that is needed. But when you compare it to early United States in the 1700s, they were not as dominant as we are financially today. And that is going to conclude my presentation. Thank you.